Good morning, and thank you so much for your time. My name is Lillian Mully, and I trust you're off to a good start of the day. Joining me in studio this morning is CEO, Air Travel and Related Studies Center, Charles Gakuu. He's the Managing Director, and this is a learning institution preparing students for careers in aviation, catering, and hospitality. Welcome to the show.
Lillian, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Long time. Very well.
It's good to see you. I want us to start with an overview of the kind of courses you offer at the Air Travel and Related Studies Center. Just give us an overview of what we're looking at.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Lillian. At Air Travel and Related Studies Center, you specialize in programs in travel, tourism and hospitality, because for the last 33 years, we made a deliberate effort to specialize in a niche that we thought and we came to realize that was more or less overlooked in the country because we had only one training institution, which I attended, Kenya Utalii College. Mm-hmm. And then on graduation, I decided to venture into training as well. So Air Travel and Related Studies Center has grown from strength to strength. Right now, with about 1,000 students based in Karen, a food boarding institution. We are boarding, Lillian, because we believe that for the kind of training that we offer our students, the diplomas that we give to them are not enough. Mm-hmm. There has to be much more training, like keeping time, punctuality, you know, bit of grooming and so on, so they can be able to fit in the industry. Remember that the programs that we offer actually are international, and they are certified by IATA. IATA is International Air Transport Association. Yeah. So when a student at Air Travel and Related Studies Center is doing a course, is doing an examination in Nairobi, another student is doing the same exam in Sydney, in London, you know, in the US, so those standards are very, very important. Mm-hmm. So in a nutshell, our programs are hotel management, food production, travel and tourism, cabin crew, tour guiding, airport operations, among others, right. Revolving around travel, tourism, and hospitality. Mm-hmm. That's what we offer at our school.
Yeah, we'll talk about job placement in the global market, but let's talk about career opportunities that somebody can look forward to once they complete their studies at the center. Okay.
Our programs are actually 2 years. The 2 years are divided into 1.5 years in class, what you call theory, and 6 months industrial attachment. The industrial attachment is, you know, placed deliberately at the end of the program, so that when students get to go for the internship, our records show that 85% of our students actually are retained wherever it is that we're taking for the industrial attachment.
Right, so guaranteed placements.
Yes, guaranteed placements. I do not give my students letters, go to whom it may concern, this is so and so, please get them an internship, because once, if they cannot get one, they cannot be able to graduate. Actually, I end up with having more spaces than I need. Having 33 years expertise, meaning that you have networks, not just in the country, but also outside the country. So my students actually stand to benefit and gain a lot from the internships, coupled with an international qualification. Right. I'm happy to say that half of my students don't actually end up in working in Kenya. They're in Dubai, they're in Qatar, and so on, courtesy of the qualification that we provide to them. And of course, a superior kind of internship with the airlines, the travel agents, tour companies, and the leading hotels that we have in our country. That spreads even beyond. So local placement, yes, excellent. And also we have made another step further. We have gone through the Ministry of Labour, National Employment Authority, and we have registered a different company called Aviation and Hospitality Solutions Limited. Its job is to place students, our students, outside the country upon completion of their training. And Lillian, I just don't look at my students alone. I know that the question you asked me about placements and employment, I know that we have other students who have gone through a different curriculum in different training institutions. For those ones, they come to school for 1 year theory, then I take them to a 6 months internship. Then they'll be fit not to be exported for the labor market outside the country.
So this is in line with people working in hotels, airlines, or travel agencies who are looking to grow. You're saying that anybody who might have started elsewhere is also, you know, open to coming into the center for a refresher course?
Yes, because it's something that we realized. Lillian, I have been teaching students travel and tourism. And for the last 17 years and running, only my institution, Air Travel and Leisure Studies Center, has been appointed a Premier SACCOM member by IATA, the only one in Africa and the Middle East. What does that mean? It means that you have other students who are going to different universities and colleges who don't have the privilege of sitting for an international examination like my students. So we don't leave everybody out. What you do is to make sure that they come in, panel beat them, in quotes, then they are suitable for the industry. It's a win-win for both our students and also those who are out of the country, also out who did not study with us.
Right, Charles, you spoke about job placements being big in the global market, but how do you ensure that your training keeps up with the evolving global standards and trends? We know that this sector is fast evolving.
Yes.
So in terms of the local training here, looking at what is happening out there, how do you ensure that you're up to par?
Our training standards, first of all, our industry is very quick-paced, in the sense that whatever you learned yesterday is not what it is that is happening today. We are happy to be dealing with IATA because they also regulate and review the syllabus also every other 6 months. We have some reviews on the syllabus, so that whatever you give our students keeps on being current, so that they can be able to fit anywhere that we have in the world. They send us lots of, updates, addendums all the time so that we remain current. So that whatever it is that we are giving our students, when you take them for industrial attachment, the following day, they can be able to fit in like any other staff member that you have in an airline, a hotel, or to a company, whatever it is. And then also, every other Thursday in the afternoon, we invite guest speakers to come and talk about topical issues in travel and tourism and hospitality to ensure that even our own students get a grasp of what is awaiting them upon completion of their training or even before they proceed for the industrial attachment. The industry is fast. If you look at the country, for example, things have changed. Look at the Westlands area of Nairobi. Today is more or less a hospitality hub. We continue receiving, Gulf Air has come into the country now after 18 years here. That's a good thing for us. We continue to get more and more getting to a country. Should there be airlines, travel companies, should there be hotels? So we also have to be conscious of the fact of what is happening. And then, as far as our lecturers are concerned, we ensure that we also provide for them, updates and refresher programs with our working partners, hotels, airlines, tour companies and so on, so that whatever it is that they're impacting on the student is what is happening in Vienna, it's happening in Oslo, it's happening in Sydney, it's happening in Tokyo and so on, so that we are current. Yeah, and
Charles, we know that technology has significantly changed the aviation, the hospitality sector. When we talk about things like digital check-ins, online bookings, AI in customer service, virtual tours, and all of these things really that were really not there back in the day. So how does your training reflect that? And this is also in line with just keeping up with the trends and with the current times.
It's all changed. I mean, I must let you know that every other new day is a learning day in the kind of fields that it is that we deal with. That's why it's so important that you work with your partners, airlines, travel agents. Then also, you make sure that as much as possible, you tap into the expertise of those who have been in the industry for a long time. Our teaching level is a blend of those who have been with us for a long time, and also every other opportunity that we get. We also inject new blood into the training system so that we ensure that the students that we produce are well-rounded, fully baked to be able to start off the industry. So our training and the syllabus itself incorporates IT, AI, all those things that will make a guest experience and a guest to experience the best that there is to offer in this industry. Whatever is happening, whatever standards are there in Nairobi should be replicated everywhere else that you go in the world.
And the reason I ask this question is that there's a concern that because of this digital takeover, that the jobs are just not there. You go to places in China, we know that robots are serving people, and even here in Kenya, they're trying it.
Yeah, in Westland it's happening.
What does that mean about the industry really in terms of jobs?
With proper training and proper understanding of what it is not possible for all these robots and so on to replace the industry. What actually happens is that there is always new avenues and new ground to be covered with IT. whatever IT or AI that there is, there's still much more ground to be covered because there are many other different areas to be discovered. So as long as your training remains on focus, your training remains up to standard, then you do not have any issues to do with, whatever is. There's a disconnect between what you're providing your students and exactly what is happening in the industry. We're very careful, we're very conscious about that particular fact. So we liaise more with the industry, we liaise more with current trends or whatever it is that is happening.
Yeah.
Give you a good example. At the moment we are training, we are offloading 74 students to go to Serbia in Eastern Europe.
Wow.
Earning good money, 207,000 for beginners, whether these are waiters, front office staff, housekeeping and so on, and of course, medium-sized chefs.
Yeah.
They send us also that before we can think about recruiting your students, how enabled are they in terms of ABCD? And they send us updates, send us information, they send us what is our current trends in those particular countries. So when your students get to those countries, they don't get stuck at all.
Right.
The same applies for Dubai, Qatar, and so on. The world is moving very fast, and training institutions all over the world, especially here in this country, and for mine in particular, we are on top of whatever changes are happening in the industry. So
right.
It's easy.
So we're going to break it down from the hotel and catering management to cabin crew duties, culinary arts.
Yes.
But before that, let's talk about the qualifications that you look for in potential students.
Lillian, our syllabuses, the drafters of syllabus say, before you take students, ensure that they have a genuine and real passion in the area in which they want to train. They don't say they must have gotten this grade A or B or C or D or E in their Form 4 because the syllabus is international. So for us, 80% of whatever it is that you deal with in terms of recruitment is passion. Are you really passionate about this thing that you're saying you're passionate about? Then the grades follow. So whether it's an A, is a B, is a C, is a D, is acceptable, provided passion is there. And then we also have a group of students who come in and they do not exactly know what it is that they want to take. So we have a very strong counseling department at school that ensures that when students come in, perhaps with their guardians, we sit down with them and ensure that whatever it is that is impacting on them, whatever it is that they want to do is exactly what it is that we offer. We have 8 main programs at Air Travel and Related Study Center. Each of them lasts 2 years, 1.5 years in class and 6 months industrial attachment, which I said I guarantee. And the first program is food production, what we normally call culinary arts. These are students who at the end of the training will be chefs, someone who can be able to prepare any kind of cuisine, French, German, Italian, name it, African and so on, cuisine. That's the first program. We still have a shortage of chefs, not just in the country, but in the entire world. And chefs are highly paid. You must have heard of stories, and these are true, that sometimes chefs even earn more than hotel managers. That one exactly happens.
Yeah, sure.
The second program that we offer is hotel management itself now. So you have to produce people who can be able to manage all the different sections that we have in the hotel. They are aware of the kitchen, they can manage the kitchen, the restaurant, housekeeping, the reception area, human resource, and so on and so forth. This is the head of the hotel.
Right.
More or less the way a principal would be for a high school. I refer to that because these are just Form 4 leavers. From there, we train students in travel and tourism. When you see clients or tourists getting to the country, their safari has been planned well in advance. So we need to train people who can be able to organize a safari that when clients get here, they sleep at Kempinski, they go to Mankan Safari Club, they come to Rusit Waters, they get to the Akinyeri, they go to Nakuru, finally end up in the Mara, come and have a carnival dinner before they get home. All that is put together, even if there's a flying portion on it. That is put together by somebody who has done a course in travel and tourism.
Right.
And then we have a program in tour guiding. That's my profession. My job as a tour guide is to take our tourists around the national parks and national reserves. My job is to interpret the flora, the culture, and also the customs of the peoples of Kenya, the East African people. So that when clients leave the country, they have a positive impression of the country. Tour guides, for information, are at all times the image of the country because when tourists get to the country, they don't have the opportunity to see every one of us, the 55 million Kenyans. So this is a very important area.
Yeah.
The fourth program that we train are cabin crews. People who will be able to serve food and beverage when the aircraft is in the air.
Yeah.
They go by many names: cabin crew, air hostess, flight attendant, flight stewards, and so on. That's their job. It's much more than just providing food and beverage. They also ensure that the comfort of clients from London to Nairobi on an 8.5-hour flight is paramount.
Right.
Next one, we forget all the time that airlines don't just carry passengers, they also carry cargo. We need to have people can be able to manage the cargo aspect. You also know that we have freighters, airlines dedicated to the cargo business alone. You talk about FedEx, you talk about DHL and so on.
Right.
Because again, cargo is of different forms. Could be fresh flowers, could be horticulture, could be anything. So again, a very, very emerging area in our country is air cargo. There's much more to be made by airlines in terms of profits from the cargo area than as compared to passenger. Then from there we have airport operations, people who specialize in managing of airports.
Right.
Then from there we have programs in events and banqueting management. Ensuring that what you used to call a long time ago said catering. Yes. Ensuring that today, if you have a function, it is done up to international standards so that when your guests get to the function, can get a proper international high-level experience. So all these programs take 2 years, 1.5 years in class.
I didn't hear you touch on ticketing. Is ticketing part of it?
Yeah. Travel and tourism?
Yes.
Is the ticketing aspect.
Okay.
So that even a safari, there is a flying element. Nairobi to, Lamu or to Malindi, they're going to Watamu, to Crown, they're staying in the country. You also have, in this travel and tourism area, you have somebody, or you have our students trained to manage or to issue air tickets, calculate airfares, and of course, make reservations for passengers who want to travel by air.
Right.
So all this is there. And then research has also shown us that there are other 2 or 3 different areas that we had not covered as Air Travel and Related Study Center. Maritime. We have lots of youth today who like to work in the cruise ships.
Right.
And a cruise ship is like a hotel. It has a reception, it has a housekeeping area, it has a dining restaurant, it has the kitchen.
Yeah.
So again, come next year in January, we are doing maritime courses. In particular, looking at, service like it was in a hotel.
So that's your new baby.
That is our new baby. That's what we are nurturing. And also, we realize that we do not really have enough to train or to become airline managers. Just like you have hotel managers, you also need to have airline managers. Somebody who can do all round as far as an airline model is concerned. So these are areas that we are looking at, and we crown these programs with 1 or 2 different international languages. Remember that.
Right, I was going to get into language and how much of an added advantage that is.
It is perfect because like now we are trying to source for German as a market, where you can be able to take our students upon completion of their program. And German comes in number 1, is say, a good command of the German language, both written and spoken, is important. So back to the drawing board to be able to offer proper quality German training so they can be able to fit into those particular industries. Remember that as you go up to Europe, it is opposite of what is happening. We have a lot of youth, 75%. On the other side in Europe, about 50%. 30 to 50% of Europe is actually over 50 years. So these are areas that we are working on because we believe that we need to allow our students to get out of the country and go and work. Remember that our fee is only 45,000 shillings a month.
We'll get into the fee, Charles. That's the punchline, and of course that's what everybody is asking about.
Yes.
But we're looking back at this sector being hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes.
And so what happened is that there was a lot of retrenchments.
No doubt.
And a lot of people really are facing the situation now, years after, 5 years later, where they're unemployed. So how is your center equipping those individuals who want to re-enter the job market in this particular sector?
Lillian, you're back to pre-COVID levels as far as the training is concerned. Actually, at least the rest of the world have even surpassed the numbers that we are running post-COVID. or pre-COVID levels. Now, in our country, on 97, 98% of the pre-COVID level. And I am aware that we lost almost a half of workforce during that particular period. A half of that half might not be willing to get back to the very jobs that they were doing at that particular time. We have a very elaborate refresher area. There's something that I must commend government for coming up with, recognition of prior learning. A half of the industry, especially in the hotels, do not have proper formal qualifications, especially those who are a bit older in the industry.
Right.
So recognition of prior learning simply means that I can be able to approach my tour guides, be able to do an examination for them, and that will be acceptable. Get an examination for them, they do an examination, that will be acceptable as a validation for their years of work that have done the guiding. That goes on for the kitchen staff, reception staff, and any other staff that you can be able to talk about the industry.
Right.
So coupled with those very experienced staff and the upcoming staff, then I have no doubt that we're going to realize our 10 million tourists that you're talking about by the year 2030, as long as this mix is very well managed.
Yeah.
Kenya is resilient. Kenya is not just about the tourism aspect. Kenya is also a conference destination. If you look at huge mega hotels like the Marriott's, they are setting up in Nairobi, not just for safaris, but because they realize that it's also a conference destination. So that mix makes our industry and lots of opportunities for our young students when on graduation to get proper jobs in the industry and beyond.
Now, for a guardian or a parent or even a potential student that's watching,
yes.
So we've heard about this center. It's not the first time that you're here.
Yes.
And we appreciate the passion and how driven you are in terms of this center and what it's doing for Kenyans, particularly people looking to be in this sector.
Okay.
But in terms of an overview of where it is, what the setting is like, I know you told us it's a boarding facility and the affordability.
Yes.
Give us an overview of that as we begin to wind up.
Oh, thank you. Our programs are 2 years, as I mentioned. The fee is 45,000 shillings a month. This 45,000 shillings a month covers accommodation. It covers all the meals, namely breakfast, 10 o'clock tea, lunch, 4 o'clock tea, and of course dinner. And of course, it covers the most important thing, which is tuition. Besides that, the 45,000 shillings every month, you also ensure that our students have a proper learning environment. We have Wi-Fi, of course, security. We take care of their water. We take care of electricity needs and so on and so forth. Now, intakes are going on as we talk. We have an intake in September. We have another one in November. For you to reach Air Travel and Related Study Center, the number to call is 0721 380 590. The number to call is 0721 380 590. When you call, you make an appointment, or you can be able to be sent whatever information it is that you need on an online basis. So after the September intake and October, we have a November intake coming up, and then next year you'll have many more intakes coming up. Every other odd month for Air Travel and Related Study Center is an intake month. Why? We don't take more than 30 in a class because we want to provide more or less an individualized attention to our students. Because if you're guaranteeing industrial attachment for our students, that also means that we must be able to train them at top level so that they can be able to fit with the rest of the world. So that becomes quite important.
I'm curious, which is the most popular course out of the ones that we've talked about? What are you seeing people really getting excited about as they enroll to the institute?
It's like asking me how many my favorite kids among my family, who's my favorite kid.
Yeah.
Now, industry trends point to air cargo. It's a new frontier. It points to the tour guiding because you have an aging professional population among our guides, with all due respect. That needs replacement. Pointing out to also travel and tourism, because here you can be able to employ yourself. And banqueting and events management. We have lots of them in the industry. They don't have formal qualifications. So ensure that we can be able to tap into that and be able to provide training for them to become professionals. But the real deal is cabin crew. airlines are virtually watching the Kenyan market. Kenyans are very well known for their resilience and hard work, and also their command of the English language. That's why when you go on an Emirates or Qatar, or an Etihad flight, you never miss to find a Kenyan there. So, in a nutshell, we are at a crossroad where all the programs that we offer at Air Travel and Related Study Center, and even more that are adding up, the new ones, our new kids on the block, are actually very popular. It's all by research.
Right.
And
because
so the
it's very important to also know what you're enrolling in terms of its marketability.
Yes.
Which is where a lot of people go wrong.
Yes.
So 2 years at the center, and then after that...
Precisely. And the myth that I have found with the students who are finished at a campus level or diploma level at college, that there are no jobs in the industry, travel and tourism and hospitality, is because they require their qualifications to be validated so that they can be able to have an international one, be able to venture out of the country and be able to work anywhere else in the world.
Which is what you're talking about,
That is what you're talking about, IATA. Without IATA and ICM, ICM is a body in London, also that verifies and also issues international qualifications in hospitality. Without those two bodies verifying and putting a seal of approval on your programs, then it becomes hard to get a job out of the country. And it is lucrative. When you get out of the country, the pay is better, 3 times, 4 times what you could get in this country. And why not? So Air Travel and Related Study Center is right in the middle of assisting not just students who are at the college, but also the rest of Kenyans who have studied the same programs elsewhere in Kenya. Yes.
And I see you have your badges of honor there,
yes.
Charles. In terms of recognition, share with us what this is all about.
Lillian, I'm quite lonely at the top because if you look at this, it's a Premier Circle Award. Issued by International Air Transport Association, based in Montreal, in Canada, for the year 2022. Okay, and this is...
Let's take a look at that once again. I don't think we managed to see exactly what
so there it is.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, signed by the IATA director himself. So this is for the year 2022. Premier Circle member, you're only 10 in the world. And I represent Africa and the Middle East. 2023, same award provided by International Air Transport Association, based in Montreal, Canada. This is last year's 2024, again from the same body, IATA, based in Montreal,
What's the significance
Canada.
of this for somebody who's watching?
For somebody who's watching, is a seal of approval for the kind of work that you're doing. How many students pass the examination? Because our pass mark is 93. The pass rate at our institution is 93.75%, meaning that out of 100 that you enter for an examination, only 6 don't make it, and they have a chance to repeat for free.
Right. Oh, they have a chance to repeat
for free, and this is for this year. Of course, I would have required a bigger space to bring in all the 70 that I've earned for all those years. And then this is very important because this is under the Ministry of Labor now, under the National Employment Authority. You can see Aviation and Hospitality Solutions Limited approved to export labor to the country, and to make sure that those that we export, the labor that we export in the country, out of the country, those students are well taken care of.
And they're safe and they're
safe and so on. You have to enroll yourself with this other body, Association of Skilled Manpower of Kenya, so that should there be anything that happens to our students, they have, a position to get back on. They have a lean back position. Right.
Charles, your parting remarks as we close, and particularly around the intake and any additional questions that our viewers might have.
Okay. Air Travel and Related Study Center, Charles Gakuu. The telephone contacts are 0721 380 590. Air Travel and Related Study Center in Karen. 0721 380 590. My parting shot to parents and students who are watching me today is that we have jobs in this field of travel, tourism, and hospitality, provided you sit for the right qualification, you get the right international qualification, and if you don't have that chance, I still am able to panel beat you to be able to fit into that particular industry. It just takes a call. We make an appointment, you come, I show you what it is that you're doing at school. If You want to come in by public transport, you take a matatu number 111 from Gong, you alight at, from Railways, you alight at Karen Shopping Center. We have a shuttle for free from Java at Karen Shopping Center to our institution, which is on Gakuu.
On what days?
Every day of the week apart from Sundays, anytime between 8 o'clock and 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Yes.
Great, that is well said. Charles Gakuu is the Managing Director of the Air Travel and Related Studies Center. Remember, lots of opportunities here as regards the hospitality sector, and you definitely need to look them up. He will be, of course, very readily available for your questions, so please keep in touch and look out for the contact details that he shared. That's it for now. We'll be back right after the break. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Introduce